Given that I was able to be at the inception, or I was able to be part of the beginnings of the ninth grade team, it was an amazing chance to see it grow and see it take off. It started with the organic need for teachers that felt that ninth graders needed a helping hand and needed more support and a safety net, that wanted to come together and wanted to be able to talk about students and see the inconsistencies within classrooms and see what we could do to make sure that we were offering the kinds of support that we wanted to give to our transitioning high school students. We saw the need for students to be able to feel like they were protected, feel like they were safe, feel like they belonged. And so to come together as a group of ninth grade teachers allowed us to kind of have that common language and do it in a way that made them feel like it could be an easy transition into high school.
And then over time, it evolved to be really a holistic team. So we not only do MTSS and work toward referrals for resources, but now as a ninth grade team, we've come together to build socio-emotional learning into our classes, and we've talked about and created common academic strategies to meet the needs of our learners, and including numeracy and literacy strategies, so that the kids that have me go to a science teacher or a history teacher, and I teach English, and they are learning how to write an argumentative paragraph the same way, or they're learning how to read and annotate a nonfiction piece the same way, so that they get to practice these strategies over and over again, and they also know what our academic expectations are. So that was really impactful because it saves a lot of time. If I know that they're learning how to take Cornell notes in science class, then I don't have to teach that explicitly. I can just reinforce it.
I saw huge improvements in my growth when I tested at the end of the year. I pre-tested and post-tested, and I saw huge improvements in growth. I saw student engagement in terms of being in my class on time and higher amounts of turn-in for homework. And then I also saw my students willing and excited to try new opportunities. That's a hard thing to measure, but I saw them being open to doing different types of activities in the classroom.
The beginning of the ninth grade team, I noticed a marked difference in the confidence of the general students who came into my class. They came in, for example, understanding what my classroom norms for behavior with regard to the use of cell phones, with regard to my expectations about being prepared for class. During class, the expectations for how they related to each other, how they, the Cornell notes was a tremendous improvement from my perspective. They came in understanding how to successfully learn the material and take note of the material that we presented. We presented it in a number of different ways following the curriculum that the ninth grade team had trained them in. And so I would say my take-home message and what I said to those on the ninth grade team during my time was their work with the ninth grade incoming freshmen helped level the playing field. It enabled in two ways. It provided the much needed skills that our incoming ninth graders needed for those who were behind in reading and math skills. And it also, I think as importantly, it provided them with the confidence that they came into my sophomore class with the confidence that they were equipped to succeed in high school.
So what did I see as the big components? Well, from a teacher's perspective, the necessary components were that we worked as a team. It is ideal to have a common plan so we could all work together on the same time rather than spending before school lunch or after school doing the work. I also saw keeping data as critical. We kept growth data, we kept attendance data, we did MTSS together. That was all very important to work as a team and have those common expectations for our students. As a team lead, what I saw as critical is administrative support. Having a common ninth grade administrator. We had Andrea McBreen, who was amazing in supporting her teachers, and Abby Rubel as our counselor, dedicated to working with ninth grade students. It was an amazing team to work with, and that was critical in being able to handle scheduling, being able to handle parent issues or conferences. It was just the way to go.
Focuses. So we focus on MTSS and RTI. We focus on talking informally about certain students. We talk about reward systems and how to put things in place that are maybe bigger events and whatnot. We talk about professional development. We've done book studies. And so to have a lot of different ways in which to become a better teacher and to relate more with the students is all a common goal that we have, and so it has brought success because we see the results. We see the difference we have made as teachers and for our students with having that common goal and that shared identity.
From the teacher perspective and from the ninth grade team lead perspective was a huge success in my mind, not only for our students but for our teachers as well.